All right, Ezekiel's vision and the chambers and the gates. And what measurements are they? I'm going to show you how to measure them and what they are. They're not gates, but they are gates to different realities, different parts. As like when you're building up your temple, which Jesus said, your body is a temple. So there's 7 steps that you go up until you hit the kingdom. Okay? This is the inner court, or the inner house, inside the house, that is towards the north of the city. It's in the north of the city. Then he brought me into the outer court, and outer court, the way toward the north. And he brought me to the chamber, which was opposite the separate area and opposite. So, okay. So, opposite. So, a mirroring effect. So, you got the opposite on opposite. So, you have a mirrored effect. Okay. So, you're saying like the doors on one side or the doors on the other side are the same. And then the doors on the front and the doors on the south and the north are there's one door. Okay. And along the length was 100 cubits. A cubit is a square inch. So you got 100 square inches. 100 okay, and along the length was 100 cubits was the north door. So there's one door towards the north when you enter the chamber. The width was 50 cubits. My doorway right here, this is a door. This right here is 70 inches. So you got 100 inches is the size of the door. You see what I'm talking about? So whoever built it, whoever measured it, knows how to build doors. So you got 70 cubits. So you got 20 more. So that's an even 20 feet. As another cubit too, it also is 10 feet. And then you got a square foot. Okay, but they're talking about the cubit of inches. A square inch. All the way around. So you got this right here when I measure it. It's 70 inches. So right here, you got 100 inches. So 50 inches by length. So right here, you got 30 inches. So when you open the door, you got 50 inches wide, 100 inches, so you got 10 feet by 4 feet. Alright, are you with me? Alright, so it's a door, and the doors, to enter the room, stay with me, people. You enter the room, along the length was 100 cubits, okay, 100 cubits in length. It's not going to talk that, okay, a handbreadth is what goes out from you, remember that, okay, 100 cubits. That's why I'm a construction worker, dude, I know. All construction workers, dude, know this shit. North door, the width was 50 cubits, okay, the front door on the north side, okay. The opposite, the 20 cubits, which belongs to the inner court. Opposite the 20 cubits, which belongs to the inner court. And opposite the pavement, so there's pavement, which belongs to the outer court. Okay, so the inner court right here. Let me explain for this, the heart of learning. Okay. So you got this right here. This is it. He said there's pavement on the outside. So this is pavement, okay? Pavement on the outside, on each side. There's pavement, they said. On the west side, the east side. I don't think it said the north side, but it said the east side. So the inner door, say it's right here. This is the doorway. It's 100 on this side and 50 in length. You got one door, and they said there's another door on the south side. On the south side. Are you with me? And that's the same. Okay? So you got one door here, and then you got 4 opening doors, but it makes 2 doors. So there's only 2 doors here, but 4 doors in total. So you got 4 doors in total, right? And then they said it's a mirrored effect. So the opposite will be the opposite. So then you have the same over here. But you can't see them. Or can you? So that's what it is. So you got the outside. And then they said there's another room right here. But it's not the same. You guys with me? So this is the diagram for Ezekiel's temple. Where his father sits. Alright. Okay, opposite 20. And it has concrete. Oh, the opposite, the 20 bits belongs to the inner court. Okay? So this right here, so you got 20 inches of concrete. Right here. 20 inches total of concrete. And then I don't know what's after that. So you got pavement on those 2 sides. On the, what's it say? Okay, on the opposite of the north, so that means the south. Pavement. Okay. 20 cubits, so you got 20 inches. Belonged to the outer court, and was a gallery corresponding to the gallery in 3 stories. In 3 stories. Okay, in the gallery is usually what's on the wall or on the top piece. So gallery would be like, you got 3 spots for it. Okay? So a gallery is usually a showcase. So you got a showcase. A showcase, it says, in 3 spots. So that means you'd have like 3 things hanging on the wall. Or 3 pictures or something. Okay, 3 on the wall, on the ceiling. There'd be 3 of something, or 3 rows of like whatever it'd be 3 like pieces of wood on the top, like rafters. And before the chambers was an inner walk. Before the chambers was an inner walk, 10 cubits wide, a way of 100 cubits. 10 cubits, so 10 inches. Inner walk. Okay, so you got 10 inches above the door. Boom. So you got 10 inches. Okay, 10 inches above the door. Or inner lock. Because the interlock could be on the side. Interlock. So you got 10 inches between doors. Alright. And before the chambers was an inner walk. 10 cubits. So you got 10 cubits. Wide. Oh, okay, wide. Okay, so it's back forward. So, okay. A way of 100 cubits. 100 would be really thin. Oh yeah, because 100, okay, that's in between doors is 10 inches. Okay, see what I'm talking about? So in between these 2 doors, there'd be 10 inches. Okay, I got you. So then you have this for the rafters. And then you got this right here. There. Okay. There'll be 1 more right here in the middle, say. So you got 3 rafters. I messed up. So you got 3 rafters. Okay. But you got 10 inches between the doors. 10 inches. So it says, so you got 10 inches between the doors. Because we got 1 door here opens, you got another opens. So it's like you know how like some doors they'll have the double wing doors? Like that. Because they said it's made of stone and wood. And before the chambers was an inner walk, 10 inches, okay. And 100 cubits, and their opening were on the north. And they're and the openings on the north. They're side windows. Yeah. All right. Opening on the north. All right. So 100 opening on the north, 100 by 50. Remember the door? And then for the length of the chambers which were on the outer court was 50 cubits. So 50 cubits for each door. So there's 4 doors. You got 50 cubits in length for the side doors. But for the front and back, you'll have 50 cubits outer, 50 cubits, and then for the doors, so the north and south doors are the same in length. 100, or just say a room like in a house. Let's picture that. And below these chambers was the entrance on the east side, as one enters them from the outer court. In the thickness of the east, facing the separate area, facing the building, there were chambers, 4 chambers. Facing the separate area, facing the building, there were chambers. And the way in front of them was like the appearance of the chambers which were on the north. So exact same. It's a total mirrored effect. According to their length, so was their width. And all their exits were both according to their arrangements and openings. So then you got, like it says, on the back doors, you have 2 small encasings. As it says, it's called like side windows. It said, what does it say? Belong to the ark. And there's pavement on the east and south side. Okay, let me see here. Facing the cubits. Who else would know that? And below these chambers was the entrance on the east. Okay, the entrance on the east. So you got it on the east side. That's what you're talking about. The building, there were chambers. And the way in the front of them was like the appearance of the chambers which were on the north. According to their length, so their width, and all their exits, are you guys following me? Were both according to their arrangements and openings, and corresponding to the openings of the chambers which were toward the south. So mirrored effect. It'll say mirrored effect for the south and for the north. But the south door wasn't lined up with the north door. Chambers were on the north. And the way in front of them was like the appearance of the chambers which were on the north. According to their length. According to their length only. See? It's very important. According to their length. It didn't say anything to wall to wall. So was their width. Talking about the door. And all their exits were both according to their arrangement. So all the exits of that room, not the entrance, only the exits, were all the same. So you got 4 doors that open onto the east side and had pavement on it. You got onto the south side, it had pavement on it. And those had the same appearance as the ones on the side. Okay. For toward the south was an opening at the head of the way, and the way in front of the wall toward the east, as one enters. Toward the south was an opening at the head. The head of the room was an opening. The head is the head of the room. You could say the head is the main pitch of the room, or the head of the room. It's the head of the room. It's the main center point of the room is the head. So then whoever sat at the head, that is where the door opens. As Jesus sat to the right of him. Of the way. The way in front of the wall. See? The way in front of the wall. The way in front of the wall. in front of the wall. So you're coming into it, but you're looking this way. Oh no, say you're looking this way, you're gonna see the head. So it's all lined up. So that's the pitch. The pitch. And there's 3 pieces of wood, or 3 chambers, or 3 what is it? 3 I don't know, let's just say like 3 lofters. So what it said, 3 separate spots. Yeah, there. Then he said to me, the north chambers and the south chambers, which are opposite of the separate area. Opposite of the separate area. They are the holy chambers. Where are the holy chambers? I got it. Then he said to me, the north chambers and the south chambers, which are opposite the separate area. Are you following me? The separate area. They are the holy chambers. What do you mean the holy chambers? Those are the 2 doors that only the master enters. They're holy. You have to be inside for the south one to enter, and only God alone enters those 2. And the pastors, it says, look, where the priests who are near to the Lord, so the priests only enter those. So like the priests are disciples, or sons, which are disciples, everybody, or brothers. Stupid people, dude. It's either like, or I forgot. Every time you jump up to your pyramid, it's just, the people down here become gone. The people up here, they start coming up with you. But the ones down here, it seems like, I don't know, it's just like, it just changes every time you go up a step inside your pyramid. Most holy things, they shall lay the most holy things. So these are the disciples that enter them. The grain offering, this is the table. This is Jesus' table that they're talking about right here. Nowhere else. The grain offering, the sin offering, and the guilt offerings. Alright. The Da Vinci Code. For the table is in the middle, right? As I said. And here's the head. And here's the door. And there are 1 door that leads out to a pavement that's 20 inches, it said? 20 cubits of pavement. And then it went down. And then they had little side doors. But not to go in and out, but for like air, you know? Here's the head. Lest your deeds be exposed, they would say. So they'd always bring this up and be like, who is this? They're trying to break into our inheritance.